What's up, Kingdom? It's your host, IVR, and today we're going to talk to Nevia, who's been a hairstylist for over 30 years. I'm sure she has a lot of interesting things to share, from best practices to hair techniques, products, and entertaining stories. So let's go hear what she has to tell us.
Wipe your tears, dry your eyes, and fix your crown. Let them know, don't you ever play around with a Nubian queen, boy, you gotta bow down.
Hi, Nevia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, I can't complain. How about yourself?
Doing pretty well,
That's
pretty
great.
well. So tell us, what drew you in to want to be a hairstylist?
Well, I have to say it happened, I don't know how many years ago. No, it happened 30 years ago. When I was in high school, we had a program, and it was a co-op program with our high school with the BOCES, where you could pick up a trade. I started out in data entry. I was going to be this next, I guess, in a sense at that time, I don't even remember if Bill Gates even existed at that time, or either Stephen Jobs, but I went to school to be data entry. I went to class 2 times, didn't like it, and fell into the hair game because all my girls were there, so that's what I decided to do.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened. That's how I got in the game. 2 years later, graduated from there, got my certificate and my license in the state of New York, and had a little trade.
The rest
doing
is
it the rest of history.
Yeah.
Yep, the rest is history. So here I am still doing the same thing.
Very nice. Well, you're very good. Very
thank
good.
you.
So what's your favorite part about it?
My favorite part about it is just the fact that I can create. I'm a very creative person, and I found out recently how creative I was, especially with my hands. So I think that's my favorite aspect, that I just get to create. It's like a painter with a canvas, and you just get to do something, and that's how I feel with hair. You get to put your hands in something, you can create something.
Yeah, that makes complete and total sense. So on the flip side, what's your least favorite part about it?
I think sometimes of the inconsistency, because it is very up and down. You know, you have your good days, your good weeks, your good months, and it's really about how you promote yourself, but still, you got to do something that's different and set yourself apart.
Yeah, that's good advice for upcoming hairstylists and things like that. So you have any other advice?
Just stay consistent with it. If it's really truly your passion, don't do it just because you want to make a quick dollar. And provide a great customer service for your clients, because that's how you get repeated clients.
Yeah.
You could be the worst stylist in the world, but if you have great customer service, they'll come back. And just like I said, set yourself apart.
Yeah.
Just always set yourself apart.
Yeah, I think customer service is a very big part of it. You know, like you're sitting here sometimes for hours, and you got to talk.
Absolutely.
You know? To make it more comfortable.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So, do you have anything else to add? Anything we should know about the game?
I will tell you, it's a very competitive game. As I said, set yourself apart. Don't try to be like everybody else. Be uniquely who you are. That's what I like to try to tell people. There's so many stylists out that are doing so many different things. But however, just be true to yourself. Stay true to yourself, because once you stay true to yourself, it always seems to be where you can really manage, make money.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been doing this 30 years, and I've had my ups and downs and had my set of challenges, but I still stay consistent in who I am.
Yeah.
And so that if you can stay doing that, you'll be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what are you going to demonstrate for me today?
Okay, I'm going to demonstrate for you how to install an actual braid, a single individual braid, as they call them. What I'm doing now is currently just separating the hair. This is, when I first started braiding, we didn't have this, nor was the hair as soft. The hair was kind of hard, and we used to cut your fingers, and then we used to burn the ends of it. So doing this have came a long way. So basically, when you start, you separate the hair. You separate the hair, of course, in a box, because it is an individual braid. What I like to do, and a lot of other stylists, they also do, they kind of move away the hair to separate it from all the rest. And you got it looking like a simple little box or some shape or some form.
Okay.
Because my client's hair is short, I'm not going to use and braid the traditional way you can pick up and pull on. I do like similar to like a feed-in method, to where I start braiding the hair first and I add hair to it, and then I just wrap it around. A lot of people use different techniques to do this, but I kind of do it like this when a client's hair is short, because it helps to grab the hair and get exactly how you have to grab it.
Okay.
And then you just take another strand, of course, and you wrap that around and you just start braiding. And it looks more complicated than what it is, but I'm going to teach you how to, once I start this braid, I'll teach you how to braid all the way down so the client can have one single braid.
Okay.
So you just basically do, I guess it's considered an overhand braid, and you take one strand, you put two in your hand like this, and
Okay.
turn it around so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So you take one, put it in here in between your index and your thumb, and you take this part as well as this part, and you just cross basically over, separating the hair to make sure that it stays nice and neat. And see how the braids are starting to come out with like that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna let you try it.
Okay, let me get in here. All right.
Okay, I'm
Taking
already
this.
separated for you.
I'm left-handed, so let's see.
Oh. So if you're left-handed, there's a little trick.
Oh yes, tell me the trick.
Okay, now
Flip it
you're
over.
gonna braid like you would normally braid. You just twist the hair over and you just
This
start
way,
the way
right?
you, yep.
Okay.
And you just go the way you would normally go
This
because
way.
you are left-handed.
I am so very left-handed.
Yeah.
All right.
keep going
this
all the
is
way
looking
down.
good. See?
And just make sure you kind of pull it so that it stay tight and it won't be as loose.
Okay. Just
So now
braid
you're
it.
braiding the other way. However, because you're left-handed, it makes it easier for you to braid.
This is much easier. Okay. Let's see.
There you go. Just pull it through like I've been doing, yeah.
And how, when do you know when to stop?
You basically just get it even. You go all the way down, and I'll pick it back up for you.
Here you
So,
go.
I'm gonna flip it, and now I'm just gonna flip it back over, and I'm gonna start off where you finished.
Okay.
And it, see, still the braid still intact, still the same way. And you just go all the way down. And generally what you do is just braid all the way down. Sometimes, depending on what type of individual style you have, and depending on the length of your hair, you can stop at the shoulder length, mid-back length. This client of mine doesn't like hair on her neck, so I'm gonna cut some of this off once we finish to make it to thin it out with my little thinning shears, and I'm going to wrap hers up. So like
That's
here,
that good customer service right there. Listening to your clients' wants.
yeah, that's critical, because if you give them what you want, it's not gonna be what they want. So, so like literally not all of them are kind of the same length now.
Okay. Okay. I know that's just the start of basics, but I got it.
Yes. And then one of the things that I also like to tell people is when they're starting to make sure that your parting is kind of defined, because when you're doing this work, if the parting is not defined, you will see it.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that as well.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience with us and demonstrating.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Your hair is going to look amazing, just so you know.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll let you get back to it.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you both.
Nice to see you. Thanks.
Like most creative fields, hairstyling is an art form in which earning potential varies widely. Being licensed makes all the difference. It's your stamp of approval, so you'll want to get licensed first. Second, learn techniques and be creative. It helps to already have a knack for it, but you'll need to always learn new styles and new techniques to keep up with customer demand. Third, set reasonable rates, meaning if you're a novice, don't charge too much. And if you're an expert, don't undermine your expertise with low prices. If you don't respect your skill, your customers won't either. Fourth, consider a specialty and get really good at it. It could be braids, locks and twists, perms or relaxers, or weaves and wigs. And lastly, and I can't stress this enough, photograph your work. A lot of celebrity stylists work with photographers in order to build their clientele. Showcasing your work by building a portfolio will allow your work to speak for itself. Celebrity stylists aren't particularly more experienced or skilled than others. They just have famous clientele. This typically isn't a six-figure job and can mean long hours. On average, hairstylists make about $25,000 to $45,000 a year. You really have to love and appreciate making clients look amazing to have a successful career.
Nivea gave us a lot of good information about how to become a stylist and why it's important to be consistent, creative, and provide really good customer service. So if you're interested in becoming a hairstylist, pick up a comb, learn how to braid, learn how to twist, crochet, or any other type of hairstyle. So with that being said, this queen is clocking out.